Our Wendy's male high school athlete of the week, he is a sophomore for Shawnee Heights golf, and he had a phenomenal showing at golf regionals this past week. A two-stroke win at 1 under par to take the regional title after finishing second at the UKC event. His name is Alex Valdivia. Alex, let me just ask you that. When you take a look back at this past week, you shoot under par for the entire event. You come away with a regional title. When you just reflect on this past weekend, what are your overall feelings?
I'm just excited, man. Just getting into a nice role going into state. Just give me that confidence going into state. It's big.
Overall, over the past couple of events, how have you felt about the way you performed? As I mentioned, you finished second at the UKC event. Obviously, you take away this regional title this past weekend. Just kind of how have you felt about your game over the past few weeks?
It's felt good. I was struggling on kind of during the middle of the season, and just being able to play this good now, it's big just when it counts.
Golf is such a mental sport as much as it is a physical so often. And when you talk about how you had some struggles in the middle of the year, what was able to help you come out of that to get to this hot streak you're on late in the season?
It's just been a lot of practicing. You just kind of got to grind through it, and eventually it'll work itself out.
We're talking to Alex Valdivia, a sophomore for Shawnee Heights Golf. He is our Wendy's male high school athlete of the week after taking a regional crown this past week in Class 5A. Let's talk a little bit about your game. If you can give us a little bit of a scouting report on you, what are some of your strengths when you actually get out there on the course, and what specifically has been clicking so well for you the last couple of tournaments?
It's been my chipping and putting. I haven't always been able to hit my irons real great lately, and they've been kind of struggling. So just being able to get up and down from anywhere has just been big for me. I don't always hit the green, but I feel like I can always get it up and down.
When you do get on the green, because you mentioned you're putting in there as well, your short game, that is something that so many golfers, no matter what level it is, have such an issue with. And again, such a large mental part of the game. Getting into these big events where it's essentially win or go home, for lack of a better phrase, how have you felt that your putting is, the long game, the short game, over the past couple of weeks?
My putting, I started off the season and hasn't been great. I've just been grinding and practice on the putting greens, just trying to get better. And on Monday, I started off great. I made like a 30-footer per birdie, and that just got me started for the whole round. And the putter was doing good.
Alex Valdivia is our guest, a sophomore from Shawnee Heights Golf, our Wendy's male high school athlete of the week. Now, as a sophomore, this is your first season competing for high school golf. Obviously, last year was taken away in spring sports for everybody because of COVID-19. Just when you reflect on the season you've had so far with state coming up, what has this first year of competitive high school golf been like for you?
It's great just to get back out here. Really missed it last year. Just wanted to be out there and compete, but sadly it was taken away from us. It's nice to be out there to compete.
When you had some time over the past year, because golf is such an interesting sport, and we've talked to some golfers over the course of the year who have said, yeah, I mean, things were shut down briefly, but we were able to get out there and keep playing, at least on our own for a while. What did you kind of work on over the last year when you had the opportunity to go out and play when some other sports weren't able to have any action for a while?
Yeah, I've just been trying to get out every day and just do a little bit of something, whether it's chipping, putting, just going to the range, trying to work on my irons, just trying to get out there and just do the best I can.
One of the things with golf I'm always interested in particular is, how did you get started playing the game? Because it's something that I think some people find very accessible and social. Some people have a harder time getting into it. What was your start playing golf like, however many years ago that was?
I started when I was really young. My dad kind of just got me into it, and my older brother golfed, and I feel like I always kind of looked up to him, and since he was doing it, I guess I kind of thought it was kind of cool just to play golf, and he used to take me out to the range all the time, and I guess I just kind of looked up to him in that, and I just knew I wanted to play golf.
We're talking to Alex Valdivia from Shawnee Heights, a golfer for the T-Birds and our Wendy's male high school athlete of the week. Just a couple more things for you here, Alex. And first of all, you mentioned state coming up now. You already have that regional crown under your belt. What are your hopes, your expectations, your goals for state coming up here soon? Is it to hit a certain score? Is it to have a certain place on the final leaderboard? What are some of your goals for the state tournament?
I'd like to take top 10 would be a goal. If not win it. I mean, anything can happen. So that'd be the goal, but just kind of top 10 for my first year just to settle into things would probably be my goal.
And then compare that to maybe what some of your goals were at the beginning of the year. Were you always hoping, I want to get to state and be top 10 from the very beginning? Is that something that sort of evolved over time? How do you think your goals now match up with your goals from when your sophomore season started?
It's kind of always been the same thing. I think that I've always wanted just to kind of be up there in state, whether it's top 5, top 10, winning it. I just always kind of wanted to be there.
Well, he's right there right now with a great chance to make some noise at state. Alex Valdivia is our Wendy's Male High School Athlete of the Week, a regional champion for 5A golf, as well as second place for UKC golf this year. Alex, thank you so much for taking a few minutes for us this week. We really appreciate it. Congrats on the regional win, and best of luck the rest of the way with the state tournament.
Yeah, thank you very much.